Hi, my name is Anton, welcome to my take. Today I am talking about Green Room, a movie where some of the beloved Star Trek actors like Patrick Stewart and Anton Yelchin get to face off in a neo-Nazi flavored battle to the death. Intriguing, I know. There is this down-on-their-luck punk rock band that are doing so poorly that they agree to take a gig at a neo-Nazi camp. I think it is at this point that most people would lose sympathy for them, but they do get you back on their side because they witness something take place there that they're not supposed to see, and then they are effectively trapped in this camp trying to negotiate their way out with their lives hanging in a very delicate balance. One of the surprises for me in this movie was that it was a lot more graphic than I anticipated. In fact, there were several surprises. The gore aspect was one of them. Another one was just how genuinely terrifying it was. Not in a cliche way, it was legitimately scary. Which I think not in small part is an accomplishment of Patrick Stewart's character, because it's one thing to be dealing with a belligerent gang of meatheads. Scary, don't get me wrong, but it's a whole other ballgame to be dealing with a sociopathic mastermind behind it all, which is the guy played by Patrick Stewart. And that's what this movie primarily is, a harrowing chess match playing out very slowly with occasional bursts of brutality where the audience is not necessarily let in on the strategy of either player. And I like that. It was a really enthralling experience. There are two worlds that are explored in this movie as well as the point of their overlap. The one world is the punk rock music and bands and that whole lifestyle, and the other one is neo-Nazi enthusiasts. And this is fascinating to me because it offers a look into subcultures so far removed from anything I'm familiar with that it's almost an educational experience. A terrifying one, like being in a class with that one teacher that everyone was afraid of. Did you guys have that? I had that. There are certain elements of this movie that reminded me of Sons of Anarchy, because it's also about a tightly knit community of thuggish characters operating on the outskirts of the law, but it's also run as a family business in a lot of ways. And there are these occasional incisive scenes that show you what passes off for normalcy there, which punctuate the suspense and almost create a form of comedy. Like, you would see a stabbing take place, and when the police arrive, they treat the victim of the stabbing with the same hands behind your head line as the perpetrator. Which begs the question, how often does that happen that you have so little faith in these people? Often enough, I guess, is the answer. What was missing for me in this film were power moves. I think it could be a lot more memorable if there were scenes of really interesting dialogue or decisive action, because the things that stand out for me in my mind were the scenes of violence, whereas I think it could have had some really cool lines, and that's an opportunity missed. In fact, some of the lines that I think were designed to be cool worked out to be a bit cheesy, so I think that's an area where it didn't quite hit the mark. Overall, I'll give this movie a 7 out of 10. It's an entertaining and adrenalizing watch with a lot of powerful performances. I would not recommend you watch it before bed because you will not sleep. That was my mistake. And this is my take. What did you guys think? Let me know in the comments and I will see you next time. Cheers.